to horses. Loud and otherwise. That's what happens when you do interviews in stables. There's shenanigans and skullduggery over there. Yeah. You're going to get a wet nose in a minute. But thank you for coming. It's so good to have you back, and I'm glad to be able to chat to you a little bit and find out where you've been, where you are, where you're going. And we want to be on the journey with you, because we also want to make a difference. And if we can support you and help you doing that, then that's our dream. So, yeah.
I think united we stand stronger. So, yeah, it's nice to be able to be together.
What I wanted to talk to you about is you've had some changes too. So we really like that you've grown from the lady we met and saw some years ago into the woman that is now leading the way in worthiness, I like to call it, for women in Zimbabwe. We get to celebrate all that we are and the worth of women by looking at our diversities, understanding the challenges, because everyone will have them. The ride's different for everybody. Life is not a journey that's a set course, and there's not two of us that have the same. So I'd like to address that, to celebrate that, and to address that, because I think some women have had a tough time, and you're one of them. And your journey, the race you've chosen to run, is one that's taken you to pageantry and to a pedestal where you get to be a mouthpiece for the rest of us. Well, tell us about it. Why have you chosen to get into pageantry, of all things, when I know you love barefoot and horses?
Yeah, barefoot.
Tell us about it.
Universal Woman was a platform that I thought would be best for me.
It isn't embarrassing, and that's what we're here to say. And I don't mind if it comes across clumsy or how we deliver this message, but the message needs to go out that we are in this together. There are things that make us cry.
True.
And you shouldn't hide that in, and it makes us women. I think we need to stand together and hold hands, love each other, because we can identify with the things that we struggle with. And in the identity, in the herd, you do find strength. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, we do.
So for me, you're here giving me courage and strength today. And that you cried makes me feel real. I actually feel like a normal woman, instead of somebody competing with a beauty queen. And that's the place.
I am a normal woman, and I have my own struggles and my own, as much as I stand there strong on stage, as a queen with a purpose, as the voice to the voiceless. I know the heartache, I know the pain, I know the struggle, I know what it is to lose loved ones, I know what it is to feel vulnerable because you feel alone, I know what it is to be at a certain weight or image but you wish to be something else. I've been at both ends of the spectrum and in between as well, and my family has, and that's why I'm standing so strong for my country. This pageant's got nothing to do with me. It's if I could come out of this with no one knowing my name, I would be fine, but as long as they know my message. I'm not doing this for pride, I'm not doing this for popularity, I'm not doing this for followers, I'm not doing this for social gain, I'm doing this for Zimbabwe. I am flying our flag high because I believe that we as Zimbabweans have so much to offer. Our community longs to be united together, and that's what I believe wholeheartedly for all of us.
It's hard to speak. I think you said it all, and I think that you found some really good support right here. And that journey, I'm glad to say, isn't one you'll take alone. I think we're going to do this together and support you in that journey. We appreciate and love that you're on the pedestal. I will always be in the stables. You know where to find me.
I'll come hide when I need some refuge.
It's actually just loving each other, to be honest. That's what it boils down to. I saw you when you came to Iganyana. You were twice your size.
I was twice my size, and I've been on a journey since the 2 years I was here.
Yeah.
Actually.
And I don't say that you're necessarily happier because of that, but I think it's happier because you have control, and you're in control. You have charge of your life, and you can feel the gain, and you can feel good.
Yeah, and I think it's an everyday journey, to be honest. I may seem like I've got everything together, but I definitely...
Yes, you do.
I may look like it, but I am still a human, and I am growing, and I am learning, and I learn every single day with different situations that happen. You know, the stresses, the trials, the tribulations, the goods, the bads. I go through the motions just like everybody else, and yes, I've been on my journey, which has helped me and given me so much more room to grow, and be whole. But I'm still there. I'm still
Shelly Bent.
It isn't wrong. It doesn't make, but your self-esteem has to come from the right place. Those things are possible, and you went through. I remember when I was 20 kgs, and I remember saying to someone, "It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It was so hard." And it's okay, and people need courage to embark on journeys like that, and to know that you got someone to fall back on.
It's not just one person. The whole thing is that when Shelly speaks, there's so many.
There's so many people, but they just don't come out. Because they feel vulnerable.
Why are we so afraid of feeling like that?
And
We've been
again,
let down too many times, and I can speak on that. And that's why I chose to do what I am doing, because I was let down by society. My family was let down by people who said they would be there for us, and they turned their nose at the hardest times. And I think society needs to change and needs to become whole again, to know that we're not individuals on one journey. We are a unit on many journeys, and we can learn and grow and testify to each other in different ways to make ourselves stronger. Because my story is not going to be your story, and your story is not going to be mine. But I can learn 1,000 things from your story, and you can learn 1,000 things from me that will strengthen maybe where you feel weak, or strengthen me where I feel that I'm not capable, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy. And you could give me that. So if we open the door and we are vulnerable enough to know that our success stories are not individually made, our success stories are made together as a unit, as a whole.
Absolutely.
I may have lost the weight, but I worked hard by myself to lose that weight and to become comfortable in my skin again, and to be able to be vulnerable enough to talk truth on my life and my stories that hurt, and to be able to do that, to know that actually it's okay for me to cry my eyes out in front of people, or to tell them my family hasn't got all their stuff together, and that we have hit rock bottom, and we have struggled, and we're not worthy of holding this title that people think we're opinionated or whatever the case is. I don't mind people's judgment, but what I mind is I touch that one person's life in a positive way because of my story. Because my story could save someone else's life. My story could save a family the pain and the struggle just by unity and community.
There is no greater message than there's help in the story.
Yeah.
And here it is. I
And
can't.
being vulnerable is not a weakness. I chose to make those positive changes because I wanted to grow, because I wanted to learn, because I knew there was hope. And for me, that's my end goal. I want a center where it's called Center of Hope. And that's what I hope and aspire to have for people who have gone through trials and tribulations but maybe feel that they can't turn to somebody else in their family. They can come to my center in the future, and get that free assistance. Free is a huge thing for me because I don't think help, love, community, and healing needs to have a price tag on it.
I don't even know how to comment on that other than to welcome it in every way and to beg folks for support for a center like that, because I would like to go to that place. I would like to feel like there's someone who cares about what I've been through, the shoes that I've been in, and that there is hope and help. Thank you so much for putting so much energy.
Can I jump in there?
Yeah,
I think
of course.
the other thing is that I love the center you're talking about, because being vulnerable takes strength. And when you've been let down a million times, it's hard to trust that it's okay to be vulnerable and not be just hurt in return.
It's normal to be vulnerable.
Exactly.
I think
And a
it's
place
the
of safety
It's
to
the
go
most
to.
powerful thing to be vulnerable.
And if there's a safe place where it doesn't cost you and doesn't matter who you are or where you come from,
That's what I
Anyone
want
can
at the
go.
end.
Anyone can go. Would you say that being vulnerable is the point of transition and change? The moment you recognize this is fine for me to feel vulnerable. I'm not worthless, I'm not useless, I'm not less than, I'm just feeling normal human nature and emotions. And if I'm struggling, then that's where we go for help. We talk to each other.
I think vulnerability is the first step into positivity and a different mindset of being able to deal with what you're going through.
and healing. It's like lancing the oil, as they say, which is a faulty
Yes.
term, but it's the truth. Is when you finally let it out and there's someone you can trust, who you know can actually help you because they've done it themselves too. And still willing to learn. I'm still growing, but I've been where you are and I can help you. And you're safe with me.
I think what Katie said, that people, including me, want to feel safe. I don't want to feel like I'm being laughed at or condemned.
Exactly. Exposed.
Or
and
made to feel stupid for feeling
Yeah.
the way that I do. I actually want to be welcomed and helped and loved. Can we do that? Can we start this journey that everybody who might be interested in this, who's also feeling like this, can have an open line of communication to folks like you and
Well,
be
that's
able to
where
talk?
I'm standing. That's my platform. That will be my platform all the way through and will continue. And who I am, my brand, is what I stand for. And that is supporting the community and making us better and stronger together.
Better and stronger together. Push the space. All right, over and out.